Namaste everyone, and good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, or good evening for some. So here we are with Wednesday Anchor to Light Meditation. So this morning, I was thinking, doing some meditation after exercising, making sure the body is strong enough to handle all the energy coming in, which some of you have asked, hey, how come you do these exercises and so on and so on? Look at it this way. If your cup is this big, okay, it's a small cup like this, you pour lots of water, what happens? One of two things could happen. It overflows, or if the pressure is too strong, it could break. That cup is your body, your cells. And one of the misconceptions about spirituality is, it's just the body, it's not so important. What's important is the spiritual body, and so on, so on, so on. As the saying goes, if you don't take care of your body, who are you going to live? Or where are you going to function? You use the body to function. And when you meditate, you do your spiritual practice in prayer time. Haven't you noticed some of you, when you pray and meditate, you go like this? Keep knocking out. Yeah, man, I left my body. Well, you have to understand the process. First process is your body got overwhelmed, so it checked out. That's what happened. So when people tell me, no, the body's not important. What's important is spiritual practice and meditation. You know what I do with them? Now I must go. It's like, don't waste my time. I don't say anything to them verbally, we always have to be kind, but in the back of my mind, whatever. Your mind's made up, I don't want to change you with facts. Clear? So it's very important to keep your body healthy, do proper nutrition, get exercise, and sleep. The body needs sleep. I know some of you still stuck with the idea, whoa, you're so advanced, you don't need sleep. Anyway, that's topic for another time, but sleep is important because, one, your body gets to recharge. Number two, you, the soul, gets to travel. To do your spiritual practice, to learn from your great teachers, to do service. Okay? So just think about that. That's a topic for another time. Now today, let's talk a little bit about disappointment. Disappointment? Who wants to talk about something that's so negative? Well, hold on. I want to express to you the solution, share with you the solution on how not to be disappointed. As I was meditating on it, one of the proverbs, if you will, was, do not give nuts to people who don't have teeth. Okay, so think about it. Who does not have teeth? It's two sides of the spectrum. Young children or infants, and let's just say people with very old bodies, right? Okay. So on one hand, children, their teeth have not yet developed. On the other hand, the teeth have been overused. They didn't take care of their teeth, so they're losing ability to chew. So in both cases, you don't want to give them nuts because it's too hard. One, it might break something that has not yet developed or is still developing. One, it's weak, or if they chew on something too hard, they break their teeth. So you stick in the middle. So what do you mean? What does that mean by that? That's just simply a metaphor saying, if you give something, information, energy, or even have expectations for souls that are not yet so developed, the metaphor is the children, or the ones who are, let's just say, not so interested in learning anymore because they've gone through life, their mind's made up. So anything you tell them, it's like, I know that already. I'm not interested. It's like they've eaten everything. So whatever you say, it's not interesting anymore. Even though there's something new, something that could be helpful, they go, been there, done that. So that's one perception. Another perception is something like this. Why do you get disappointed? Based on those two scenarios, you think someone's spiritually developed to understand what you're telling them, but they emotionally get hurt or they mentally shoot you. Sounds familiar? You start telling, when you project loving energy towards someone and you share love and compassion, you forgive, but the law of karma, things come back to you and you'll be happier. Guess what? You're giving them nuts, like something that is for them, in contrast to what they've been taught by society. Is like, get even. What is this about forgiveness crap? For an eye, for an eye. Of course, you make two people blind. That's dumb. But anyway, you get the idea? So you give them something so, quote unquote, hard for them to digest or chew, forget digestion, can't even get through their mouth. What happens? Either they break their teeth or they don't know what to do with it. They spit it out. Sound familiar? So what happens to you? Yeah, I can't believe it. I have these family members, I have these friends. I don't know, this bunch of people. I love them. But man, I give them something. I try to help them alleviate their suffering. And they get pissed off and they turn against me. Sounds familiar? You go, we should take the time to pray and meditate. They go, oh, you're into a cult. You're not into that. I'm not into that stuff. I'm into reality and life. And how's that going for you? Well, how's your level of inner peace? Oh, don't have any, but that's life. Get the idea? Inner peace is like a tough nut to crack for them. Now, so if you don't want to be disappointed, don't expect too much. The way my teacher explained this is, allow people to grow on their own. Let children grow their teeth before you give them something too difficult. And if mind's already made up, they have too much ego, pride, and whatever, they think they've been to anything and everything, they know everything, you're just a little kid spiritually, they know everything, ignore them. What are you going to do? Because the harder you try, the first situation where the harder you try to shove these spiritual teachings to spiritual infants, number one, the more they turn against you, and number two, the more pissed off you get, the more you suffer. On the other side, if people already know everything, and you keep telling them, teaching them, sharing with them, come on, you don't have to suffer. All you have to do is kind of sit down, close your eyes, examine who you are, your position in the universe, and from there you realize you're connected with everybody and sharing kindness and love to everyone. It's a way to have inner peace. They look at you like, what have you been smoking, dude? Sounds familiar? And they go, oh, I'm not in that airy, very new agey stuff. So in the back of my mind, when people tell me that, I go, whatever, enjoy your misery. I tried. I'll go to someone else who will listen. Make sense? Just like when I'm sharing pranic healing about energy, about spirituality, guess what happens? You're going to have people that say, yeah, man, tell me more. I want to use energy to improve my life. And you're going to have people say, I don't believe in that hocus pocus stuff. So what do? I go, okay, whatever. For every person that think I'm nuts, okay, and trying to share something to make their life better, I came up with a conclusion. For every person, and you should think about this, for every person think you're crazy because you're trying to share something to help improve their life, there's at least 100 people who would say, come on, tell me more. I want to make my life better. So you know what you do? Ignore that person. Complete waste of time. Yeah, but you understand, this is my family. Yeah, I'll give you another solution to that. For now, you realize the harder you try to share these so-called gemstones, or not gems or teachings to make their life better because it's improve your life, the harder you push, what happens? They push back. So for now, ignore them. Put your energy into people who are willing to listen. Nurture them, care for them. You go, yeah, okay, that's good and nice, but I love my family, I love my friends, and people I hang around with. I don't want them to suffer. I don't want them to be miserable. Okay. Unfortunately, you have to use a different scenario with these people, a different technique with these people. What do? You live the teachings. You heard the saying, walking your talk? Ooh, that's tough. I know. Tell me about it. That requires self-awareness. When I say self-awareness, that means you have to be aware that, okay, I'm telling people to be kind, and yet I've been beating up people. Okay, there's a disconnect. There's something wrong here. It's not congruent. Make sense? I'm teaching people, learn to forgive and this and that. And somebody hurts you, you go, you son of a this and son of a that. The people can look at you like your loved ones and friends are going to look at you. Oh, so you're teaching people to forgive and all that stuff, yet you're so vengeful. Okay, forget you, man. Sounds familiar? Any of you had experience of your family members, loved ones, or friends that you're trying to spiritualize, shove the teachings in your face? I think I'm too direct for you, huh? All of us have been there, right? And what happened? You go, you're pissed off. You know why you're pissed off? Because you got called out. I know what it's like. I've been, okay, do this, and somebody who supposedly is a family member and loved one tell me in my face, you start teaching this, and but you don't live in it. I can't say anything. I literally can't. I just shut up and go, he's right. She's right. Now, listen carefully. If that comes across, you have two choices. Choice number one, be pissed off, angry, and fire back at them. Have you heard people do that? That's your first step, falling down the spiritual cliff. The second choice, which is initially more painful, but in the long run is good, is you keep your mouth shut, you withdraw, you meditate, you go, he's right, or she's right. I teach people about, I share that you have to love and forgive and be kind, and yet I did not walk my talk. Okay, how can I make myself better? So spiritually, you have to thank that person. I know, it's just like counterintuitive, like really stupid. Like, I'm telling this guy who just insulted me that he's the best thing that ever happened to me. In the big picture, in the development of the soul, yes. Yes. Now try telling that to the general public. When somebody gets mad at you, somebody points you out or tells you what you've been doing wrong, that you're not walking your talk, you should retreat, meditate, learn the lesson, and be spiritually grateful for that person for pointing out your inconsistencies. Yeah, try saying that in the news. Try putting it on social media. They're going to go, right? It's called politics. Have you ever watched politics? Have you ever heard anybody says, I really screwed up, I apologize, I'll do better. Your pulse will go, so they don't want to do that. Make sense? So, in the big picture, just to finish this and we'll meditate. When you say do not give nuts to people who don't have teeth, lesson number one is allow people to grow on their own, at their own pace. Some are spiritual infants. Some are, I don't even have a description for them. People with just too much spiritual ego and pride that I'm surprised their heads is able to fit to the door. Those people in either side, you give them too much, they turn against you. Or you overwhelm them and you actually push them away from the spiritual path. Scenario number two, based on that Chinese proverb, is to also think within ourselves, like, yeah, I want to bring these people on the spiritual path, and I don't want to talk their head off. I don't want to share with them how brilliant I am by quoting this and quoting that and, telling them, according to this prophet, according to this teacher, blah, 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 so on, so on. All those don't mean anything if they don't see it in your life. True? Think about it. I know for some of you this is too direct, too hard-hitting, but ask me if I care. Because if I don't tell you like it is, I'm not doing my job. If I hurt your feelings and you go away, sayonara, have a good life. Make sense? So it is so critical to really understand everyone, every soul is on an earthly journey, and that journey involves learning lessons as part of our spiritual evolution. And you're always going to have people who come back and, you're wasting my time. We're already perfect. We're made in the image of God. We're already perfect. Okay. How's your life? Are things exploding? Uh-huh. All right. How perfect is that? People don't want to hear that. Because they go, yeah, but I'm sticking to my belief that we are perfect. Don't waste my time. Go away. Go find another teacher who is willing to babysit you. See, the goal is perfection. One with God, one with all the good stuff, right? But you have to realize this thing called space-time. We go through space, simultaneously time is moving. As we go through space, do certain things with our physical, emotional, mental bodies, passing this river of time, that's what you call evolution. Because if you're already perfect, you don't need anything. Why are you here? Why are you about to go into school? You know everything. Make sense? That's why when people sit there and tell me, yeah, I've heard this in class, we're already perfect, we're made in the image of God, and they'll keep quoting and left and right. I don't even dignify with the answer because their mind's already made up. I just ignore them. Because the harder I try to explain to them, look, that is the goal. But we're still learning. We, all of us. So as we learn and grow, we get closer to that perfection. And that's that. But they won't hear it. They literally won't hear it. And then in the back of my mind I'm going, okay, if your life is perfect, you can barely stand, you have this pain, that pain, your health is deteriorating, your relationships is going down the toilet, you're dead broke. If that's perfect, forget that. I don't want it. Who wants to be perfect if that's your definition of perfect? Make sense? So they're living in a delusional world. And when they're that strong of delusion, it's basically this. Listen carefully. And this is how meditation ties in. If the person is in delusion, that means their soul, the spiritual self, because of influences from the outside or old trauma or whatever, creates these thoughts and emotions of an alternate reality. And so those thought forms are like inhabitants in a bubble called their aura. So when they look out into the world and you say something to them, it's all in the filter of these thought forms they've already created. Guess what? They're not going to listen to you. So what do? Nothing. You back off. Because the harder you try, these thought forms wake up and get stronger and fight you. And so that person literally turns against you. That's why if you remember in the Bible, the Lord Jesus said what? Do not throw what is holy to dogs. Do not give pearls to swine. You remember that? Dogs basically represent people that love us unconditionally. Like the dogs love you unconditionally. But you cannot start teaching them about how to surf the internet. You cannot tell them, by the way, the law of karma is this and that, and start giving concepts. They're going to blow their mind. Just like try teaching that to a dog. Right? I know you guys, you're very smart dogs, but I dare envy to have a dog start typing, www.whatever.com. Yeah, good luck with that. Make sense? So dogs represent people that love us, but not yet at the capability of assimilating higher teachings. And then pigs represent people who, one of two things. One, they swallow everything. What do you mean by swallowing? Every conspiracy that comes around, somebody comes out there, I have a friend who said this, who has a friend. And yet they will ignore whatever else, like the statistics show, but they're relied on that one friend. Okay. These people, anything you give them, they'll believe it, and then next day they turn against you. Sounds familiar? Pigs also represent people who are too entangled with their material life. They're defined by their zip code. They're defined by how much material possessions they have. That's their definition. So you try to tell them spiritual teaching, give them pearls of wisdom. Sounds familiar? Oh, you're into that New Age stuff. I don't believe that hocus pocus. I'm a very practical person. You go, oh yeah, whatever. Right? That's why Lord Jesus said, do not throw what is holy to dogs. Do not throw pearls to swine. They blah, 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 so on, turn against you. Sorry. I don't remember the exact verse. Make sense? It's the same thing as do not give nuts to people who don't have teeth. So when you look at your loved ones and friends, you go, okay, how much can this person handle? Okay, instead of telling them about the secrets of the universe, you tell them, by the way, I just learned this principle where if I'm very, very positive with my thoughts, things have a tendency to kind of go in my direction. Kind of helps me out. This is going to sound very bad. But in a nutshell, dumb it down. Literally, dumb it down to their level. You start talking about, by the way, this energy is prevalent in the physical world, emotional world, mental world, higher worlds, and you have these different frequencies with angelic beings, and they're going to go, huh? And what do you do next? If you keep going, you go, all of us have been there, right? That's that. We've probably been there before. I was like that before, long before I met my teacher. I'm right. Everybody else is wrong. Then my teacher comes around, and I promise we'll get meditate. My teacher comes along, my teacher, Grandmaster Twakoksu, he says, okay. Look, it's very, very simple. There are many levels of truth. One level of truth is you have 7 chakras. That's correct. Next level of truth, you have 11 major chakras. That's also correct. 7 and 11 can happen simultaneously. Then you learn you have 12 chakras and more. That is also correct. 3 levels of truth can exist simultaneously. Then you go, this truth also has many facets. Any truth that you give them, a person will look at it from their perspective. That's basically Einstein's theory of relativity. Isn't it? Everything is relative to your position. So when you say love, you go to the Greek, there's eros, there's, I think, philos, there's agape, and there's stuff in between. So there are different levels of truth. One is not right, one is not wrong. It's a different level. And then, perspective. If you have a masculine person looking at love, they look at it a certain way. You have a feminine, they look at it a certain way. The same truth. Everybody can be right at the same time. Depends on perspective. Now we go into religion. Every religion has their perception or their definition of God and spirituality. So just imagine, you have a religion, one is seeing God's presence from this perspective, let's say they're Muslim, this perspective is Christian, this perspective is Hindu, this perspective is Buddhist. Everybody's looking at the same sphere, but they're seeing different parts of it. That's why my teacher used to say, look, it's as simple as this. You come to class, you could be a Buddhist, you could be a Muslim, you could be Hindu, you could be Muslim, you could be Christian, whatever you are, you're all welcome. Because we're not interested in religion. We're interested in spirituality. Spirituality is the sphere. Spirituality shows whatever is similar in all these different religions and cultures. That's what unites. Spirituality unites. Religion has a tendency to focus on differences. Make sense? So if you understand it that way, then when you realize, okay, when I talk to people, some of them are spiritual infants, some of them are, I don't know what the definition is, they know everything already, right? So I have to think, okay, what is their level of truth? What is their level of understanding of truth? What is the perspective of truth to this person? Okay, this person is a Christian. This person's a Hindu. This person believes in one God. This person also believes in one God. They just don't know it. Huh? Yeah, you didn't know that? Hinduism is oftentimes looked at as polytheistic. Many gods. That's because they don't know. You study Hinduism deeper, there's only one God. It's called Para-Brahman. Para means supreme, Brahman is God. And from this supreme God manifests different qualities. Don't you do that in Christianity? God has 3 aspects. Power, love, and intelligence. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Same thing. It's just like you take a white light, you shoot it through a prism, you have 7 qualities. Isn't it? They're called color. From the one light. But you see, if I'm talking to a Hindu, I'm going to blast their brain and say, by the way, you're wasting your time believing in all these deities because they're not yet there. So you say, oh yeah, you believe in Lakshmi for prosperity. That's good. You have Shiva, power. Good. Where did they come from? Somewhere. And they study more. Yeah, that's part of Brahman. So you give it in piecemeal. Same thing in the Christian tradition, right? Or Muslim tradition. You don't say, you're wrong. You say, look, it's as simple as this. God is everywhere. God can express love, can express will, can have intelligence. Just like you move your body, you use your will. You use your mind to think, you use your feelings to love. So just imagine, God is everywhere and manifests in all of creation, and there's these 3 aspects. What do you think? They're going to go, okay, that's not idolatry again. Make sense? So I hope this gives you a perspective, not a perspective, a way to understand spirituality for other people, relative to their perception, as well as give us a mirror, give us a mirror so we don't get too big-headed. To realize that, okay, everybody can be right at the same time. They have different perspectives. It's just that they're right at their level of understanding. That's it. Very simple. Now we can all get along. Okay, let's meditate, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, spiritual helpers. Personally to my teacher, Master Tokok Sui, Mahaguju Mailing, with thank you for divine light, love, guidance. Thank you for your compassionate, purifying light and soothing, healing energy. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. Right? Tap your heart center with your left hand. Tap your crown with your right hand. Raise your hand like this. Be aware of your heart. Be aware of your hands. Just say, our hearts are one. Be aware of your crown. Say, our souls are one. We're one. Now imagine the earth in front of you, the size of a little ball. Say, we are one. Now from our hearts, project beautiful pink light flowing from our hearts to our hands to the entire earth collectively. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred in the world, let me sow unconditional love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. Where there's sadness, let me sow joy. May every person, every being on earth be blessed with peace, with love, with the spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and joy. So be it. May all be blessed. So be it. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. And stay there. Just say, our souls are one, our spirits are one. There's only oneness. Now be aware of your crown in your hands. Fill the earth with beautiful pink light. Golden light. Fill the earth with golden light. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and kindness. Bless your family, your friends, and people you know with love and kindness. And simultaneously say, my soul is filled with love and kindness. So be it. From the heart of God, may all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. Blessings be to all. So be it. So be it. Now just be still. Be aware of your heart and your crown. Be still. Now, be aware of the heart and crown. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And imagine beautiful golden light just pouring out of our hands, filling the entire earth. From the center of the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, let every person, every being in every dimension, every direction, above and below, be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace, inner healing. Let all be blessed with understanding, harmony. Let all be blessed with goodwill and the willingness to do good. So be it. Let my soul be filled with peace, with love, and forgiveness. Let my soul be blessed with goodwill and the willingness to do good towards all. So be it. So be it, and so it is. So it is. Now gently lower your hands on your lap. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Be still. Just a few inches above your head, imagine a beautiful golden light. It could be a golden star, it could be a golden flame, or beautiful golden sun. The image doesn't have to be clear. Just know it's there. Be aware of your heart. Allow the love within your heart to rise up to the crown, up, 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 to that beautiful golden light. And stay there. Be still. You're not the body, you are the soul. You're not any of your emotions, you are the soul. You're not any of your thoughts, you are the soul. That is your true nature. Remember who you are in your true nature now. And listen. Allow your awareness to just drift deeper and deeper into that golden light. Any sound, any noise you hear, will just gently allow your awareness to drift deeper into that golden ocean of light. And just simply let go and let things happen now. Be still. Gently, very slowly, very gently slide back into your physical body. Gently move your fingers and toes. Gently and slowly, very gently, come back to your normal waking awareness. Raise your hands in blessing. We'll release excess energy our bodies cannot fully absorb. We'll use this excess energy to bless our friends and our loved ones. So visualize them in front of you, people you love. Fill them with beautiful pink light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with prosperity, and with spirituality. So be it. May all be blessed. Blessings be to all. Now be aware of your feet and the base of your spine and your hands. Put your golden light deep into the earth. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it, and so it is. May all be blessed. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahagujumain, we thank you for your immense blessings in full faith, and so it is. Open your eyes. Actually, technically, open your eyelids. Your eyes never close. It's your eyelids. Okay, anyway. I hope you have a good meditation. We went a little deeper or higher, depending on what you mean by deeper and higher, right? And the idea here is, at this emotional mental state, I want you to observe how are your thoughts and your emotions. Most people say, hey, it's quiet, it's still. How do I make myself be this way? Wrong question. You don't make yourself be this way. That is your innate, or that is your default state. That's the state of the spiritual self. Actually, you ask yourself how to go even deeper. You see, the spiritual self and the soul, when it's not crowded and disturbed by all this emotional, mental crap that's floating around, it's still. So without meditation and spiritual practice, good luck. Why do you think people take drugs, people take substances, smoke this, drink that, go to whatever pilgrimage where they take stuff, when all this time what they're looking for is already part of them? Because their perception is always it's out there. Good luck. We'll see you next lifetime. Because if that's what you're looking for, it'll be a long while. That's it. Now tonight, or the second session, which is in 10 hours, no, not 10 hours, 7 hours and 19 minutes, we'll talk about the fourth dimension. Ooh, sounds weird. Fourth dimension, just to kind of give you a heads up, can be interpreted many ways. For the physicist, there's two ways of perception. You have three-dimensional space, like everything you have, but height, length, width. Height, length, width, depth. That's 3 dimensions. Fourth dimension, one scenario is time. So you put it together, they call it space-time. That's according to Einstein. So that's one perception of fourth dimension. Now, the physicist who looks at spatial fourth dimension, height, length, width, anyway, you get the idea, depth, right? 3 dimensions. Fourth dimension is you have 3 dimensions, and simultaneously, each of the dimensions, let's say you have a box, each of the walls is actually a 3-dimensional space. So in plain English, 4 dimensions is you have 3 dimensions, and then there's inside and outside perceived at the same time. Okay, I know your mind's blown. We'll talk about it tonight. And you'll understand why spirituality is absolutely critical for our limited brains to perceive what are 4th, 5th, and higher dimensions. You don't get to spirituality, good luck. Not going to happen. Namaste, everyone. We will see you in 7 hours and 17 minutes. God bless. Take care. We will see you. Share your comments and invite people to meditate. That way, together, we can uplift everyone. Namaste. Take care. See you later. God bless.